Hi everyone. Welcome to the Jeff Ed Talk today. You've got me, Kathleen. For those of you who don't know me, I am the Jeff Flow instructor. So I teach yoga and I basically help everyone out who has stiff sore bodies from all their HIIT classes and their guided runs. And we really use the physical practice of yoga to release our bodies, and then of course different aspects of yoga for the mind and for our nervous systems, etc., etc. So that's kind of why I'm joining you guys today, is that we can have a look at the different or the other parts of yoga that I'm including in these practices um, around mindfulness, around meditation, how that works. So if you have jumped online, please say hi. So we've got Belinda here. Hi, Belinda, welcome. Tam, hi, Leslie, welcome. Lovely to have you join. Welcome, everyone. So I thought we'd give it a few minutes just to see who pops on, and then we'll actually start with a little guided meditation. So a lot of the time I think, hi Zita, um, a lot of the time I think that people feel like if they hear the word meditation, they go, oh my word, there's like no chance that I can sit still um, or sit in silence. And it's almost seen as this really big thing. Whereas and I say this in my classes as well, a little bit every day goes a long way. So it isn't about going, okay, I'm going to do an hour meditation every Monday. Chances of that happening is little to zero. So what you can rather do is replace that with, I'm going to do 5 minutes every day. And I'm going to show you now this morning how effective, but also how quick a 5 minute meditation can be. And hopefully that's something that you can bring into your daily lives. Um, Hi, everyone. Welcome, Daniela, Nicole, Tanya, Taralyn, Kim. Nicole did your flow session from Friday again this morning. It was great. Amazing. If I'm correct, we were in hamstrings on Friday. We did those nice standing balances. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's great that you're catching up, Nicole. Who's all here? Megan, Roz, Daniela. Looks like your cats. Oh, yeah, she'll be here. Maggie. She'll be in and out. I don't even notice her. Yesterday I was trying to work and it's like almost impossible. Like she's in bed if I'm not at home, and if I'm at home, then she's on my lap. So she'll definitely be in and out, yeah? Linda Boycer, that's my mom. Welcome, mommy. Nice to have you join. I hope dad's there as well. Hello. My mom, who's online now, is actually a very big inspiration behind my yoga journey. So it's really great to have her here. Bernice, hello, hello, welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. Have I been saying morning? It is still morning. It's still morning, Belinda. You gave me a fright. It's 11. It's not 12 yet. Um, yeah, I hope you guys are all well. I see there's a few people jumping online. Please check in. Let me know who's here. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Who was up early this morning for 6, 7, 8 a.m.s. And then, of course, who's joining me at 2 for stretch. So Wednesday sessions is our stretch session, and today we get a little deeper into our ankles, our wrists, our feet, our hands, and some of the other joints in the body. So it's all about rehabilitation, mobility, all of those kinds of things in the JFlow classes. Welcome, everyone. Hi, guys. Cool. So we are at 5 past. I think let's get started, and whoever else joins in can just kind of log on and join into the chat. So we're actually going to start with just an easy 5 minute meditation, because I really feel like there's no better way to learn than to do. Here she is. And there's no better way to ingrain knowledge and learning into yourself than to embody it. All right, so you can take a little loop of the shoulders. If you're seated, rest your hands on your thighs. If a seat is not accessible to you this morning, then you're welcome to have a quick lie down. And then you'll close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And then just acknowledge the space that you're in, the room that you're in, the building that you're in, the town that you're in, or the city, the country. And then just almost feel yourself on the earth's surface. And then from almost that bird's eye view of where you are seated, zoom all the way back in to country, city, town, house, room, and come right to your body. And then melt into your body past flesh and bone and sit deep within yourself. Ground through your sit bones or let the back body lie heavy on the floor. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And then allow the physical body to be very quiet, very still. And this effortless effort in keeping your seat, or this full relaxation if you're lying down. And then noticing that the only movement happening is really the change of shape of your body with the breath. The expansion on the inhale, the contraction on the exhale. I'd like you to lengthen your breath, both on your inhale and on your exhale. Notice your right breath come in through your right nostril, your left breath come in through your left nostril, and both breaths joining and meeting up at the eyebrow center. And then just move through a few rounds of breath. As you do, keep your focus on your breath and maybe that expansion and contraction of the chest or belly. Do not become attached to thought or emotion. Just let it flow through you. Stop waiting for my voice to guide you. Trust that I will call the process when we're complete. But until then, just sit and breathe. Just sit in the moment, deepen your breath. And so we learn to move out of that anticipation mindset of when do we change? What is next? What do I need to do? We let that all go and we set time aside to just be. And using your breath to fill yourself with your own essence. And keep sitting in the breath. And then take a deep breath in. And a full exhale out through the mouth. And when you're ready, you'll start to flutter your eyelids, so blinking your eyes, soft gaze until the eyes are open. And that's 5 minutes. 5 minutes of your day to just ground, to reconnect, to recalibrate, and just to reconnect. So, really simple. If you're looking for some guided meditations, you can contact me. I'll be releasing some this week, so I'll send that through to you. Hi, everyone. Hi, Michael. Ready for our Zen session. Inga, well done. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Hello, Rajan. Hi. Hi, Catherine. So there's 2 points that we're speaking about today, and that's mindfulness and meditation. And everyone's opinion around these topics is obviously very different. We're all so unique. We all experience these things through our own individual filters and our own programming and the way we kind of see things and experience things. Um, so for me, mindfulness and meditation are two different things. All right. Mindfulness to me is what is my mind full of? And what is paying rent and not paying rent for in my mind, and um, how am I moving through my day? So to me, mindfulness is very much about how I move through my day, and I can be very, very scattered. So my mind can really run around, and it is like imperable. It is crucial that I ground through my meditation, which has nothing to do with mindfulness. In fact, it's trying to clear the mind. And then to watch how I'm present. So for me, a trick that I learned from one of my teachers is that you need to pick specific parts throughout your day where you keep yourself accountable for how mindful you're being. So it's like a little check-in with yourself. And one of my main ones, and I think a lot of us ladies, even though I know my partner Neil does the same, is the moment you leave your house, you go, did I lock the door? Did I set the alarm? Did I leave my straightener on? I know that's like a big thing. When I was growing up, it was always like, where's my straightener? Is it going to burn the house down? Um, so that's a moment for me. That's one of the moments I know I'm the most unmindful because I'm already in the car and I'm already where I need to be. So that's a moment that you can maybe kind of jot down. When I leave my house, I pause, I lock my door. I go, I'm locking the door. I'm grounded in my energy, especially when you're driving. So for me, it's like I get in my car, I sit, I go, okay, cool. I'm going to be mindful. I'm getting in my car. I'm going to drive. Otherwise we start doing things so automatically. I mean, how many of us have driven and you go, okay, I'm in the next town and I don't really remember the past few kilometers because I've really not been in my body. And are we so well trained, our habitual things that we do, we're so well trained in that our bodies allow us to do that. But then we really kind of walk through life like zombies. And I think we end up missing out on a lot of beauty and a lot of moments that we are perhaps not aware of. So there's your number one kind of tip is set up a time in your day, if not two, if not three, if not four, if not five, if not every hour, where you just check in to see how mindful you are in that moment and have you kind of drifted off and you're not kind of where you are. And then the second thing is, what was it? Oh, the second thing is a challenge that I really love. And I gave it to my mom to do the other day, I think. Um, so we are obviously, from little, you find a dominant hand, right? Okay. And remember, our bodies are linked to our brain. So every time you're exercising one side, whether it be the brain or the body, they kind of affect one another. So we're taught from very little, you're right-handed, you're right-handed, you're right-handed, you're right-handed. And your teacher teaches you how to hold the pen with your right hand. And you are told that you are right-handed. And, then I love that question. I think it's from Eckhart Tolle that says, no, is it Eckhart Tolle? I might be wrong. Oh, no, it's not. I'll get the name for you now. Um, but it's a question that says, is that true? And it's not true. I am not necessarily right-handed. I've just never learned to be left-handed. So I love the challenge to bring some mindfulness into your day, and how you're doing things is, if you're right-handed, start using your left hand. And if you're left-handed, start using your right hand. Whether I advise not to start this with cooking when knives and things are in the situation. But so for instance, if I grab my coffee cup, right, then I'll always grab with the right hand generally. Okay, start using your left hand. And when you start doing this, you're challenging your brain, and you're actually working on the neuroplasticity of the mind, and your problem solving and seeing how you do things. So that's kind of my tip number two for working with your mindfulness and seeing how can I become more mindful in my day. All right. I need to keep checking the time because the time is flying by so quickly. Then the same thing that I say with your physical practice is that consistency is key, right? Um, it really is. It's you need to be doing this every day a little bit. Like I said, don't try and check in with yourself every hour. Then check in with yourself once a day, and it's almost like that one moment a day has almost become one of my favorite moments because there's nothing expected of me in that moment. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to say anything. All I'm doing is just checking in with myself, like you would to make sure that your kids are okay, or your family is okay, or your boss is okay, or a stranger is okay. You're just checking in with yourself to see if you're okay. So those are two kind of little pieces of advice that I can give you around mindfulness and what to do, just to kind of see where you are with that. Um, I want to check that I don't leave things out because I wrote a few things down. Um, so then the other thing with meditation is, of course, that, like I said, it doesn't have to be an hour long. 5 minutes, 5 minutes of just allowing the mind to be quiet. Most of you who do the Jeff flow, you've all experienced that with our kind of shavasana at the end of class. Even though a lot of the times I feel in my shavasana that I'm really processing the practice. So even that isn't truly meditation. But you then also heard me say in practice, for instance, if we're doing our lymph swings, or if you're flowing through a sun salutation, that it becomes a moving meditation. So many things can become a meditation for you. It doesn't have to be sitting still on your mat. Maybe your body's stiff or sore, uncomfortable, or perhaps a lot of the time when you start meditating and you're lying down, you fall asleep. Very natural. But simply, going out for a walk and just moving with your inhale and your exhale, right? We're wanting to get out of our minds. And eventually, when you kind of got that going, then maybe wherever you are, if you're walking at the beach or you're walking through a forest, wherever you are, maybe you just sit down and you sit down for 5 minutes. Um, like I was saying during our meditation, we kind of always waiting to be like, okay, when's she gonna say something? When's she gonna say something? When's she gonna say something? So what's quite nice is set a timer, set an actual alarm on your phone for 5 minutes, because then you're not going to go over time. Perhaps you've got a limited amount of time. Um, it's a nice way to start. It's a nice little goal to reach, is a daily 5-minute meditation. Maybe your meditation moment kind of checks off with your mindful moment of the day. So you can kind of play around with that. I always say, we really are we play such a massive role, the main role. We are the main role, we are the main character in our story. And so when you start to play with things like this, you really start to create different patterns and ways of your life that really reflect more of who you are. Because when you're connected, you're more authentic. Right? Okay, cool. So let's see who else is in here. Any questions? Walking outside and listening to birds. Batista, absolutely. that is such a good example of a mindfulness practice, right? Really being aware, really being alert. Okay. And that's not to be confused with being obsessive, because then you don't want to go into what bird is that? What color is it? What kind of bird? What is it doing here? Da, da, da. Mindfulness is not questioning what you're observing, if that makes sense. I hear the birds, I feel the birds, but I don't question the birds. That is mindfulness. It's the simple essence of just being aware. Um, let's see here. I find that if you notice that your mind has wandered off, to try bring yourself back to focus on your breathing, the movement of air, and how your body responds. That helps a lot to keep the focus for meditation. Absolutely, Nicole. Absolutely. That is, the breath is the gateway, right? The breath is what keeps us alive. The the breath. And so yoga is not yoga without breath. Meditation is not meditation without breath. Swimming is not swimming without breath. You cannot do anything without breath. And so breath really becomes the key to all of your practices. I was saying uh, yesterday, I think, or the day before, how when we start to stress, right, and we start to close off our bodies, because this is almost like it's like a little defense mechanism, the tension comes into the neck, the tension comes into the shoulders. I start to close off my chest. I start to what? Close off this area that houses my heart, houses my lungs. My breath becomes smaller, right? My breath becomes shorter, and there's no internal expansion. So I love, and we're digressing a little bit from mindful meditation, but I feel it is completely connected, and we're still going to have a lot of these conversations. I love it. I love being here. Um, I love the little nuanced things that happen in our airways. So something like a sigh, right? Or like if a kid has a tantrum, I mean, even if I have a tantrum sometimes, I just go, oh, I just want to breathe out. I just want to release. And that's the breath, right? Or if you're nervous and you're in anticipation, what do? We hold our breath, right? If I'm relaxed and I'm lazy, what do? Oh, I take a big yawn and I stretch and my airways open. And so when I'm doing those kinds of things, something like a sneeze, right? That's your airways telling there's something irritating it. There's something in your environment that you need to be looking out for that's irritating your airways, right? So when you're in meditation and things, those are all things you can look at. So if I'm in my easy seat for my meditation or lying down, how expansive can I get my breath? Because by a big expansive breath, that means that my physical body is relaxed, right? Everything is soft and everything is flowing. So thank you for that, Nicole. Um, Pedro says, this week I followed every HIIT session with a flow session, which is a perfect block of active and passive mindfulness for me. Love the combo. Pedro, I could not agree more. I really do believe, I think you and I were chatting, you said it's yoga is the yin to your yang of HIIT, and that is exactly what it is. HIIT is yang work and yoga is more yang. Yoga can be yang, but in the way that we're trying to practice it in Jeff, especially, is for it to be your yin, is for it to be restorative and calming, and mindful, right? Um, but I mean, even your HIIT classes is almost a mindfulness practice, right? Because I'm really focusing, I'm really present, I'm really in my body. So these are two topics that you can really go and explore. It's nice when, I'm here and I can chat to you about it, and I can tell you a few things, but you only know when you know, and you can only know by experiencing. So you've got those two little mindfulness kind of check-ins or practices that you can play with. That is your making a check-in moment with yourself. All right. So you need to have a specific check-in moment to see if you are being conscious, if you're mindful, if you're aware. Okay? Place that anywhere along the timeline of your day. I advise, especially when you leave your house. It's also just a nice way of closing up your home and being cool. I'm leaving my home. My home is safe. I don't need to worry about that. I can leave now and be completely present and move forward, right? Maybe when you're getting into your car and driving, whatever it is. And then the second little challenge is to start doing things a little differently. And the example I gave is if you're left-handed, to do some things with your right hand, and if you're right-handed, to do some things with your left hand, because it kind of just plays with the mind. But there are many things that you can do differently, right? So switching up anything in your daily routine is not a bad thing. I'm someone who thrives quite a lot with routine, but I try not make it completely static. But I think, like morning routine and that kind of thing is something that we can chat on another session. Otherwise, I'm going to digress too much. Um, and then just another thing I wanted to say is that, a lot of us are going through a lot at the moment. And a friend said to me the other day, quite stressed, I'm not getting around to my yoga. I'm not getting around to my yoga. I'm not getting around to my yoga. And I was like, whoa, that's okay. You're giving yourself anxiety about not getting to something. Instead of just accepting that you can't get it now, you're causing more anxiety. And why I give that example is you can't mend the soil in a storm. So if you're currently going through something that is really hectic, that is really intense, like a global pandemic, potentially your business, potentially your partner, potentially your children, you know, or deeply personal, which I think most of us are, you can't mend the soil in a storm. So don't think that you're going to do a meditation and come out on the other side bright and sparky. Hopefully you will. That's great to come out that way. But the food you eat today, right, nourishes your body for the next 2, 3 days. All right. And so the mindfulness practices, the meditation, the breath work you do today is what fuels your body as well, what fuels the mind, what fuels your energetic system, your emotional systems. Um, so what you do today is not your quick fix, right? Especially in yoga, we're preventative medicine, we're alternative medicine. There's no pill, all right? But there is power in practice. There is power in practice. And I just wrote something down here that I wanted to mention is that intentions organizes energy, right? So if you have the intentions, setting your mindfulness moment for your day, setting your alarm for your 5-minute meditation, that carries over into the rest of your week. And so what we do today is not to go, "Woo, Monday was great." But if I have a bad Tuesday morning, then my Tuesday is not going to be great. No, your Monday is what sets the tone for your Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Your Sunday sets it for Monday, Tuesday. Your Wednesday sets it for Thursday, Friday, right? So everything is a ripple effect. Everything that we do spills over into every other part of our life. And so that is why mindfulness is so important. And that is why having meditation time to cleanse the mind, to reconnect is so important. I think we are almost out of time. Let me just have a look. It is past. I don't want to jump off because I will literally talk to you guys all day. Patisa says here, I've been practicing acceptance of situations. It's working for me. I mean, absolutely. That's again a whole other topic. Is the acceptance of where we are, asking ourselves that same question: Is this true? Asking ourselves what lenses are we looking at the situation through? All of those kinds of things. So I'm sure we will get back to a chat soon again. But thank you all very much for joining. Please continue to leave questions on this video, and I'll be really, really happy to get back to you. Again, if you'd like access to that little 5-minute guided meditation, you can just drop me a message or drop a comment, and I will get that to you. Thank you all for joining, and I will see you at 2 o'clock for a deep stretch. We're going to get into the ankles, we're going to get into the toes, we're going to get into the wrists and the hands and the shoulders and all the joints in the body. Yeah. So have a beautiful day, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.